like a little bit out of breath. I know it sounds silly, but it just means because it's like physical activity, I feel like my lungs are still trying to catch up. And ever since COVID as well, I have put on more weight because obviously I'm not as active anymore. Like little tasks like this, like I feel like I can't do properly anymore. And it feels like I have to depend on my partner a bit more. And obviously I kind of keep doing that. When I first discovered I had COVID was the 6th of January 2021. I couldn't do nothing. Like I was pretty much bedbound for nearly 2 months. Coughing, sneezing, shortness of breath, fatigue. Honestly, when I've read things online and I've seen people having COVID for like since it started, that really worried us. Because I don't want to be ill like this for long. Because I like to be quite active. I like to play rugby. My doctor said, have you heard about the long COVID team? I'm excited to finally get some help, getting some answers, because every time I just get checks, x-rays and stuff, they just say, oh, it comes back normal. There's clearly still something wrong.
My name is Graham Burns. I set up and run the post-COVID assessment clinic. I don't know who's coming. I haven't met these patients yet. They'll be new to me. My plan is to hear them out, hear their story, find out what the problems are, and if possible, try and find a way of facilitating their recovery. There are a certain number of particular traits individuals tend to have, and we found that if we can help in those particular areas of the condition, then that does help people to progressively improve. The big thing, and I think this is the real barrier to recovery, patients are absolutely convinced they will never get better. They've been unwell for so long, they've come to the conclusion that this is it, this is me for life now. I will never be my old self again. And I think that belief that you will never recover is a genuine barrier to recovery. And if I can persuade people that there is the real prospect of recovery here, I think that can be therapeutic in itself. John Miley.
Hello.
Come through, sir. Have yourself a seat.
Thank you.
Are there any particular worries you've got about this whole situation? You know, is anything
that I don't think I'm ever going to get better?
Yeah, a lot of people say that. And before you got COVID, what were you like on stairs and on the flat then?
I was all right, because I used to be quite fit. I used to like going for walks and stuff.
Today, I think, will be probably the most thorough health check you ever get in your life. It's a good health MOT, if you like.
Not like a massive cough or nothing. It was just like a tickly cough, like something was like my throat was a bit dry. I think I just went up and down. Like I was getting a little better, and then because my job at work is I've changed jobs now, but it was a lot of walking about at pace. Yeah. And I was just having to stop every 2 seconds to catch my breath.
How did things progress from there then?
I don't think they've got any better since then.
You don't think there's been any improvement?
To this day, I don't think I've got any better.
Right.
Really big breath in, straight in, John, and blow. Hard as you can. Keep going, gently keep squeezing. Try and relax your neck and shoulders as you blow out. Blow, 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 blow. Lovely. Well done.
I just feel a bit tired now after doing that second one with the breathing and stuff, because it's quite physical, isn't it? Blowing in all the tubes.
It's because I've had COVID for quite a long time now, and things haven't been getting any better. I didn't really know what to expect. Just the thought, I just needed explanations. Things have been explained to us a lot like more in depth, and I think I can recover from it now.
So I'm going to take blood from you. Is that okay? There you go. You okay?
Mm-hmm. After speaking to the doctor there, I feel that there is a good outcome. Get seen to, get better, basically.
So what we know is that COVID doesn't just affect people physically, it also affects people psychologically. I'm just looking at your scores here on low mood, and what you're indicating is that you're not sleeping very well.
No, because sometimes I think, when I do fall asleep straight away sometimes, but sometimes I just feel like, oh, why am I always so ill? I'll think to myself, I know it might not be COVID related, but I sometimes get up when I'm awake and I'm thinking about it. I think, have I left the door open? It's like a...
It sounds like you've developed lots of anxiety, and the anxiety is trying to find its home, so it's looking for anything possible to worry about.
I think COVID's opened the door.
Physio, occupational therapy, who can help with work, daily activities around the house. And what do you want to get back to doing? What are your goals? What do you want to get out of being here?
I just want to get fitter.
And that's shortness of breath that's limiting you. Do you know if you've put any weight on since having COVID?
For about 3 or 4 stone.
I think there's a real prospect we're going to get you better, right? And I mean that. I mean that. If there are physical problems in the body, whether it be scars or whether it be inflammation or anything not right, I'll tell you, the tests we do today will find it, and I'll tell you about it, and we'll get on with it. I think it is unlikely we're going to be seeing any permanent damage connected with the COVID condition. I don't think that's very likely at all.
Not like a normal hospital appointment, if that makes sense. I was meant to feel like I was at home. It's been awesome. I've got many answers now. I'm getting referred to the right people. Like, I come in clean. When I get my results from the clinic, I'm finally going to know my limitations, so I know where I can push myself and where I need to, like, maybe take a step back. I 100% would recommend, if anyone's feeling they still have long, like, COVID symptoms after having it, I would recommend you get in touch or ask your doctors to be referred. Anything, just go as soon as possible because they'll help. It's like I'm actually looking a bit forward to the future because I know now I'm going to get the results that I've always wanted.
My name is Christina and I left the long COVID clinic in December 2020. I got COVID during the first round of it. At one point I was completely unable to breathe, which was obviously quite scary. I think at times I thought that I was going to go to sleep and I wasn't going to wake up. The nurse specialist phoned me based upon my admittance into the hospital and said we're following up patients who've come in with COVID and the after effects of that. It was huge because I knew that somebody was there to look at actually something that, what was wrong with me, how can we fix me, how can we get me back to being normal again? It's not just in my head. Let's try and find out what's happening here and see if we can treat you for it. The good news was that I knew that there wasn't anything seriously wrong with my lungs, but things did need working on. It would take time. Every time I tried to push myself to the way that I would normally do it, I would knock myself back. And there'd be times I'd just be collapsed, exhausted at home, crying. I didn't know why I was crying. I couldn't sleep, but I couldn't do anything. I was exhausted. This team were looking at it differently and going, no, okay, you need to take a step back here. Why don't we try this and why don't we try that? And that took a lot of adjusting. It did take a further 5 months to get my fitness back to the level it was. And I think that one of the main things was I had a goal to work towards. The Great North Run was coming up, it was opening up. And it was one of the things that I wanted to do was get it under 2 hours. It was 1 hour and 59. Just in under the 2 hour mark. I think it was fantastic being treated by a team of people who specialised in so many different areas which are related to COVID and all the curveballs it can throw you. So it has been fantastic, and the goals that they set you and the motivation that's there behind it, it sort of has led me to the place where I am now.